If you've experienced oddly dry, oddly tangled, oddly knotted, dull looking hair and have been following all of the curly tips and tricks and really truly feel like you've just hit a brick wall and that nothing is working, you might actually have a coconut sensitivity, and coconut might be ruining your hair, which is difficult because coconut is in a lot of products. I have transformed thousands and thousands and thousands heads of hair from doing Curls Monthly, my curl coaching, this channel, and every once in a while I will get somebody who I find has a coconut sensitivity. This curly girl usually is somebody who has already bought all the good products, has already spent some time and energy, and they've watched the other videos. They aren't just experiencing these symptoms for lack of effort or trying the good techniques but just nothing is giving over and over and over again. This doesn't happen all the time, so I would say to try to exhaust your other options before you decide if coconut is your option. But coconut sensitivities can be somewhat common. So I'm going to teach you in this video why you might be experiencing this from coconut, how to tell, and what to do instead. So by the end of this video, you will never have a wash day like this again. In this video, I'm going to cover why coconut is bad, symptoms that you could have a coconut sensitivity, a great coconut-free product suggestion, and what to do moving forward if you do have a coconut sensitivity. Let's get into it. Why can coconut be bad for curly hair? A lot of times coconut is used as a method to sell products. They'll say, natural coconut oil or contains coconut something or other in the product, or coconut is so great for moisturizing your hair. And I remember back in 2016, everybody was dumping coconut oil on their hair and their face and being like, it's the magic thing, it saves everything. And it's not the magic thing. I mean, it can be good. There are some good things about it. Do not get me wrong, which is why it's in so many amazing curl products, but there can also be some drawbacks with it. The main reason why coconut can potentially be bad for your hair is if your hair has a coconut sensitivity. So a coconut sensitivity is different than a coconut allergy. So you might be somebody who can eat coconut all day long, drink coconut water, and never have any issue, but your hair responds poorly to coconut. Basically, what this might be is because coconut can be a protein mimicker. So you may have heard me or other creators talk about protein and protein sensitivities, protein moisture balance, protein treatments. So I'll give you a little bit of a history behind protein. This whole video is not going to be about protein. I will link a video all about protein below, but this video is mainly going to be obviously about the coconut sensitivity and how it's linked to that protein sensitivity like we feel. So basically, your hair is made up of a protein called keratin. This protein, as you touch it, pull it back, color it, straighten it, do anything to it, will sort of get weathered away. So the worse things you do to your hair, the more damaged it becomes. When your hair is damaged, what's happening to it is that the keratin is withering away. So eventually it'll wither away so that it starts breaking off. And that is sort of how damage occurs. It's basically damage to the protein of your hair. Now, when you have damaged hair or when you have naturally high porosity hair, you have to be using products and treatments and shampoos and conditioners and gels and creams that contain protein products. So whenever I say something's like protein free or protein whatever, that's what I'm referring to. That protein is great for a lot of head of hair. Most people need some level of protein. If you have very damaged hair, you're gonna need a lot of protein. If you have minorly damaged hair, you're just gonna need less protein. But everybody needs some level of protein because everybody's hair is some level of damage. Even if it's 100% virgin, you still touch it, brush it, etc. Now, when you give your hair too much protein when it does not need the protein, that's when you start to have issues. So if your hair doesn't need protein, basically the protein is going to just stick to the outside of your hair. And then what that's going to do over time is it's going to almost clog the pores of your hair. And when the pores are clogged on your hair, moisture can't be soaked into your hair because there's no way for moisture to get into the hair strand. So too much protein basically just closes the door to your hair strand, so it doesn't allow moisture, hydration, water, products to soak into your hair, which causes frizz, dehydration, you name it, all of those symptoms of frizzy, dry, dull, straw-like hair. So that's why for some people, or for anybody, too much of protein is not good. So where coconut comes in all of this is coconut sort of has the same structure when you look under a microscope as protein. So what happens is coconuts aren't exactly mending your hair like proteins are, but they kind of are structured the same way. So what happens is if you use coconut when you have a coconut sensitivity, or you're somebody who's just sensitive to the makeup of coconut, it will look like your hair is constantly in protein overload. So what does protein overload look like? What does coconut sensitivity look like? It's kind of the same. So a protein or coconut sensitivity overload could look like, you're doing all the things and it's still frizzy. Don't just assume that you have a coconut allergy. You do need to do the other things first, and then, okay, we exhausted that option, I must have a coconut sensitivity. But definitely frizz, wet frizz is a really big one. So if your hair is dripping wet yet still is frizzy, that is not a good thing. That's not something that that's a warning that your hair is trying to give you that it doesn't like something. So that's definitely something to look out for. If your hair feels really gunky, really overloaded with product, that's another symptom that could be happening with your hair. And a lot of times when you get what I call cobweb frizz in your hair is also a coconut sensitivity. So you can see my hair, I basically don't have any frizz, especially cobweb frizz. Cobweb frizz is the frizz that kind of goes in between your hair strands. Like if I were to break open my hair, there'd be frizz kind of cobwebbing through. All my hair strands are very individualized. And I have more definition to this style routine than somebody might, but even when somebody brushes out their curls, you can tell when somebody has cobweb frizz and when somebody does not. So cobweb frizz is another symptom of this coconut sensitivity. As long as you've clarified, you've tried different products, you've taken all the steps, if you really have taken all the steps, it very well could be the coconut problem that you're facing. Having a coconut sensitivity and curly hair is difficult because there is 90% of products have coconut in it, probably even more. Most products do. It's basically common. It's most products have coconut in it. But I do have a great suggestion for a coconut-free custard styling gel. This one is from Inahsi. It's their Define and Shine Mango Papaya Curl Defining Custard. Great coconut-free option. And in fact, Inahsi has quite a few coconut-free options, so I would definitely take a look at the Inahsi website for other coconut-free options. But such a great coconut-free styling gel. I love this gel because it does have some protein in it, which is so great for people who need that extra bounce and hold. Also glycerin-free, so wow, to be coconut-free and glycerin-free, this is next level. It does have a stronger hold. It's gonna give you amazing shine, and something I love about Inahsi, and especially this product, is it has such a minimal ingredient list. You're gonna recognize every single ingredient on this label, and they really put a lot of pride into their formulations. Actually, the lead chemist of Inahsi is also the founder. So you always know that a brand is going to have that much more integrity when it's the same person making the products who founded the brand, because they really have that good intention behind. And Inahsi's entire philosophy is you without compromise. And they make products for curly, wavy, and coily hair. They're tried and true of mine. Basically, you can pick any product on their website and I like it. It just depends on what your hair needs. I'm really excited to have this product on today's video because it is the perfect coconut-free option to define your curls. So custards can kind of be confusing. A lot of times people will be like, what is a custard? Is it a gel? What is it? Yeah, basically custards are gel. The difference really normally between a custard and a gel is that custards are usually a little thicker and jello-ier. So they're gonna have kind of that more jello-y, hefty consistency. That doesn't mean that it's going to weigh your hair down. It's a different consistency. And I actually love the way that custards make my hair look. In fact, anytime I see a product with the word custard on it, I am sign me up. That is the product for me. And of course, the way that you would use this product is the way that you would use any styling gel. What I like to do when I use styling gels is break my hair into 4 sections and then rake it on section by section. And then usually I'll do some type of brush styling to my hair. I also recommend using this product after a leave-in conditioner or a curl cream. A little will go a long way, but layering products and doing the CGO order of applying products is crucial. CGO is basically my way of saying creams, then gels, then oils on dry hair. Creams and gels are on wet hair. Now, okay, this might be you and you might have a coconut sensitivity. What should you do? Should you avoid all coconut? What is the deal? So yeah, as much as you can, avoid all coconut in your products. So the way that you know if coconut is in your products is it'll say coconut oil. Now there's some derived coconut ingredients that might be in a product, and usually those are fine for people with coconut sensitivity. It's mainly coconut oil that you are looking out for. So if a product does not have coconut oil in it, then it's going to be good. It is a little worse when you use products that you keep in your hair for your coconut sensitivity. So for example, it's less bad if you have coconut in your shampoo and conditioner because you rinse them out than it is when you have them in your gels and your leave-ins because you leave it in your hair. But if you can avoid it altogether, I genuinely would. Like, you will be shocked if this is you and you're like, what? This is like 100% me. You will be shocked at the big difference that it truly does make. I just know that this is going to really help somebody out there. So if this is you and you feel like you have these symptoms, you don't know, tell me below. I just want to help and inspire you and encourage you on your journey. It's hard, but you got this. And I've talked to hundreds of people who have coconut sensitivities and they do just fine. There are products that exist in the world, but it can really, really help you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and I'll see you next time.